Hi, I'm Phil from Woodsmith. When I'm at the table saw, one of the main jobs that I'm here for is to make accurate crosscuts. And for that to happen, I need a solid miter gauge that can hold the workpiece exactly at 90 degrees. Now, a lot of your commercial miter gauges kind of fall down in this area, but not the Exact-90 from Woodpeckers. It's really designed for one job, 90 degrees, and it does it great. Now, the Exact-90 comes from the factory perfectly calibrated, but should over time it comes out, there's an easy way to make those adjustments. Now, when you're making the cuts, you want the workpiece and the miter gauge to stay rock steady as you're making the cut. So, on the Exact-90, the bar has nylon leaf springs all along the edge that provide just enough tension on the miter gauge slot to keep it from wiggling around as you're making the cut. There are a pair of washers up towards the end that lock the miter bar into the T-slots that are milled into your table saw. So that way when you pull it back, the miter gauge isn't going to tip out of the slot, which can spoil the cut. You'll also notice here that the miter bar extends much farther than a lot of other ones. It's the longest at 25.5 inches. Now, it has a few other features as well. There's a flip stop on the fence that allows you to easily adjust and make accurate, repeatable crosscuts. It clicks into place and flips out of the way to be able to leave it set up for those repeatable cuts. You'll also notice a knob on the edge here that you can fine-tune the position of that flip stop to dial in the cut that you're looking for. A scale along the top of the aluminum extrusion allows you to easily set up the flip stop. There's also an extension out here on the end so that you can tackle longer workpieces, all the way up to 45 inches, which is pretty impressive. One other situation you'll encounter is when cross-cutting wide panels. So when I bring this panel in, as I retract the miter gauge, the head of the miter gauge wants to tip down. That can cause it to hang up as you start to make the cut. So the Exact-90 comes with what's called the flop stop. I slide it into the track on the top of the rail, lock it down, and now I can move this adjustable foot so that it's resting on my workpiece. When I lock that in place, that transfers the load of the miter gauge onto the workpiece. Now when I pull it back, the miter gauge doesn't tip and flop over, so I can confidently cut wide panels with ease. I think you'll find the Exact-90 miter gauge from Woodpeckers to be a great addition to your table saw and a reliable way to cut accurate 90-degree cuts every time you pick it up. The Woodpeckers Exact-90 Miter Gauge features the longest miter bar in the industry at 22.5 inches. The fence has an easy-to-read scale that houses an extension, meaning you can cut accurate cuts up to 45 inches. The flip stop is quick to adjust and features a fine-tune mechanism. The Exact-90 comes calibrated right out of the box. And like all Woodpeckers products, is proudly made in the USA. It's time to upgrade your table saw.